Hey there, Yang Gang. Bad Guru here, aka Peter Hartman, aka Yanginator, aka super happy to be with you here. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Andrew Yang and the Iowa caucuses. Oh my God, they're happening tomorrow. I haven't been around. I know I've missed you guys so much. I've missed you folks so much. I really wanted to be in there, but I had to make a choice to give Andrew Yang my attention, my full attention, or to make sure that my life doesn't go down in flames. And I chose to live. I chose to to make my life better, to work on my company and my business, and to do that instead. But I am so happy that you folks are out there. I love what you've been doing. I am so glad that there are a bunch of folks out there who are supporting somebody who I think is just out of this world. You know, Andrew Yang, he's the guy. He's the one who should be president, honestly. So I haven't been around. I know I even recorded, I did like three debates ago. I did a whole thing with the debates and I posted it online. I didn't even make it public, you know. I was just too late to the game. Maybe I'll leave it there unlisted, post the links down below so you can watch me rant a little bit, but that's not what this is about. This video is about Andrew Yang and the Iowa caucuses tomorrow, and I want to give you 5 reasons why you should vote for Andrew Yang. 5 reasons why you should vote for Andrew Yang. Maybe you're a Bernie supporter, a Tulsi supporter, maybe you're on the fence or something. I just want to give you a little nudge to consider Andrew Yang in the Iowa caucus tomorrow. I also have a little bit of surprise at the end. Not a surprise, I'll tell you right now. I wrote a song, a rap about Andrew Yang, and you can hear that at the end of this video. 5 reasons why you should vote for Andrew Yang. Now, these are not the top 5 reasons, but these are 5 reasons that are, near and dear to my heart, and I want to let you know about them. So, here we go. Number 5. Andrew Yang is an outsider. And I have this bias, but we need somebody who's out of the system. Bernie has been in politics forever. Tulsi has been in politics for many years. I really love them. They're really fantastic. But I just want somebody who's outside, uncorrupted, doesn't have these favors, doesn't have anything hanging over their heads, just a real outsider. And just by the way that Andrew Yang talks, you can tell this guy, he's not one of the politicians. He's not in there, he's not in that mess. He might get corrupted inside, but let's start with somebody fresh who's on the outside. I think an outsider will be less polarizing, and just an outsider will bring a different perspective. So that's number 5. Okay, that's easy. That's out of the way. Reason number 4. Look, I believe that power is better than help. Bernie Sanders wants to alleviate suffering. I think a lot of us want to alleviate suffering. I think it's a worthy goal. That's what I want to do in my life. I want to alleviate the suffering of humankind. I want to help everybody by reducing their suffering. But I think that the best way to actually help people is to empower them to alleviate their own suffering as opposed to giving them direct help. And so when we're looking at policies, I prefer policies that empower the individual rather than giving help. And so I see something like, Medicare for all, which is wonderful. You're going to give people healthcare. You're going to give people treatment. But that is directly helping people, and that's very good. But Andrew Yang's policy of universal basic income, the freedom dividend, that will empower you to take care of yourself. And if you have to choose between 2 policies, choose the one that empowers you as an individual, because you don't know what's going to happen in the next election, if that help, if those food stamps, if the Medicare for all, if all that stuff will go away, because that's direct help. But if you empower individuals, all people, rich, poor, right, old, young, if you empower everybody, then I think you create a better world, you create a better system. So I care about policies that empower the individual. I am not against direct help. But if I have to choose, I will choose a policy that empowers the individual. So think about that. Number 3, let's see here. All right. Prevention is better than treatment. Prevention is better than treatment. Bernie Sanders wants to give people Medicare for all. And I get that. Medicare for all will help a lot of people. But the healthcare system, the problem with that isn't the treatments. It's not getting the medication. The problem is that all of that is way more expensive because the prevention aspect isn't happening. People are not taking care of themselves, and so they get sick, and then they need treatment, and then they need help. I want a policy. I want something that's going to help people to take care of themselves well before they need healthcare. That will a universal basic income, freedom dividend, will dramatically lower healthcare costs because far less people will need to have healthcare because they'll be taking care of themselves. They'll be eating better, right? They'll be in a better mental state. less stress. They're going to worry less. They're going to be able to create more. They're going to be able to do more things. And so they're going to be preventing their illnesses, right? They're going to be preventing their burnouts. They're going to be preventing the problems that they have. And a prevention is far better. If you give me a choice between, hey, Peter, if you get sick, we're going to be able to take care of you, versus, hey, Peter, here's $1,000 a month where you're going to be able to take care of yourself and get to and make yourself strong so that you need far, far less treatment, far, far less healthcare, then I would choose that. Again, that's empowering the individual to take care of themselves. And the universal basic income, the freedom dividend, does that. It reduces dramatically healthcare costs. If the system stays the way it is right now, and everybody gets Medicare for all, and everybody's still sick, everybody's still eating garbage, everybody's still stressed out, it's going to be massively expensive. And that's the critique you hear with Bernie Sanders. How much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost? Well, whatever you think, it's going to cost a hell of a lot. It's going to cost a hell of a lot because the state of health in North America right now, it ain't great. And it's not great because people are spending far too much time busting their butts, working multiple jobs, trying to take care of their family, and they're buying just fast food in order to get through the day. But $1,000 a month, that helps people to take care of themselves. That gives good food to kids. It gives education. It gives classes. It gives exercise. It gives freedom and opportunity. It empowers people in such a way that it makes them better. So I believe in prevention over treatment, right? Let's stop people from getting so sick so that they don't need as much health care. And then healthcare costs go down. And then Medicare for all becomes sort of a matter of fact because the healthcare costs drop by 50%, by 80%, who knows? And then suddenly it's not how you're going to pay for it. It's obvious. We pay for it very easily. Prevention over treatment. All right, here we are at number 2. I think we should surprise the powers that be. Oh my God, when they see you coming, they're prepared for you. The establishment, the powers that be, the deep state, whoever is pulling those strings, they see Bernie Sanders coming a mile away. They know exactly how to thwart him. They know exactly what they're going to do. They're prepared. They got a plan of attack for Bernie, and it's going to work. Or at least it's going to muck things up. It's going to make it so he can't accomplish anything. When they see you coming and they're prepared to get all their ducks in a row and they shoot that thing down. But if you surprise them, right? You surprise them with an outsider, what are you going to do? Andrew Yang comes in, they're not ready for him. They thought he was a joke. They didn't see him coming. If you want to stick it to the powers that be, if you want to stick it to those people who are pulling the strings, Iowa, vote for Andrew Yang. Because they will be shocked. They're going to be blown out of their minds. And they're not going to know what's going on. They're going to be juggling and stumbling. They're going to be rushing. And they're going to try to thwart him. But when you come with a surprise, that's the best way to attack. That's the best way to retaliate. That's the best way to throw the system off kilter. At least the part of the system that we don't like. So Andrew Yang is surprised. He's a surprise candidate. And if he wins, oh my goodness. And you don't have to think like, oh, it's Bernie or Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang is going to listen to Bernie. Andrew Yang is going to listen to Tulsi. Andrew Yang is going to listen to all these people. So it's not like you got to choose between one or the other. They're all going to work together. But if you nominate a Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, I don't think they're going to work together. I think they're going to completely ignore Bernie. I think they're going to completely ignore all these, everybody else, all these inputs. Andrew Yang has stated he's going to listen to everybody. He's going to take the best ideas and put forward what works. To me, that's great. To me, that would be surprising to have somebody in the office and then somebody who nobody saw coming. We saw it coming, but everybody else kind of throws them off. So a surprise candidate, that's powerful. If you're in a battle, if you're in an attack, if you're doing anything, surprise is really good. Even if you're like me and you do comedy, surprise is where it's at. If people can see the punchline coming, then it has less impact. If they don't see it coming and bam, it hits them right in the, I don't know where it hits them, in the gonad, somewhere. Surprise, Andrew Yang. All right. Now, here's my number one reason you should vote for Andrew Yang. And I don't mean to like upset anybody with this, but I truly, truly believe this. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it. I believe the number one reason to vote for Andrew Yang is that the universal basic income, The freedom dividend, I believe, will prevent the next 9/11. I think it will. A shining beacon on a hill. That's America. That's the United States. A shining beacon on a hill. Can you imagine you wake up, everybody, every citizen gets $1,000 a month. All the things that they can do, all the power that they get from that. The rest of the world's going to look and say, wow, being an American is phenomenal now. I mean, it's phenomenal, but now it's out of this world. And then you see healthcare costs go down because people are being able to take care of themselves. You're going to see people, more businesses, more jobs, more mobility. The money starts flowing. It's not a stagnant pulled with only the rich. And people are now moving. They're greasing the wheels, and now things are happening. And now people are looking at America saying, "Wow, it looks like there's a party over there. It looks amazing. It looks fantastic." And then the ideology that convinces people to attack the United States and to fight for terrorism, it's going to be undercut because they're going to see America taking care of their own. They're going to see America taking care of people. They're going to see it, and it's going to create such an environment that America is going to seem so incredibly good. If you have whatever number of people are trying to get in the United States now, you're going to have that double the amount of people who are going to try to get the United States if there's going to be universal basic income, because it's dramatically going to change the country. It's going to change everything. The mood, the atmosphere, the flavor of everything is going to be improved because of a universal basic income, because of freedom dividend. And when you have an example of how to live and how to be and how to run a country and how to treat your citizens that is amazing and outstanding, people who are disillusioned, people who are disaffected, people who are feeling lost and alone, they're going to look to America and they're going to say, that's the place I want to go. It's not a tyrannical country that I want to tear down anymore. It's a country that's demonstrated that they care more about their people than they care about anything else. When America becomes an incredibly prosperous place, and I believe the freedom dividend will do that more directly and more impactfully than anything else before. When America demonstrates that, then other people in the world, the conversation changes. What they talk about changes. They're not going to be talking about the imperialism of America. They're going to be talking about how America loves its people, how they take care of their own, how they care about their citizens. Look, they're giving them $1,000 a month to create, to do more, for more freedom, giving them more power. And that undercuts the argument for terrorism. It undercuts the argument for violence against the United States. It makes people want more desperately to come here than ever before, want more desperately than America stays, that they show an example for the rest of the world. I think if America is just fighting all the time, I think if America is just out there being an aggressor, if America is having all the prisoners in jail and locking up people and tamping down on this and tamping down on free speech and all the rights that are happening and taking away power from individuals, if that stops happening and people start getting more power, then the conversation around the world changes and America stops being this boogeyman and it starts being what it used to be, an example of how to treat people right. And I think that will help reduce terrorism, will reduce violence, reduce hate against the United States, and prevent the next 9/11. Who would want to attack a country where the citizens in that country, everyone, feels valued and empowered and are able to do more than anybody else on the planet? That's not something you tear down. That's something you build up. That's something you encourage. That's something that you want in this world. Look, I'm Canadian. I live here in Canada. And if you get universal basic income, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get the freedom dividend. But by golly, I want to live in a world where that's a reality. I want to live in a world where America, where I see the American citizens doing more, creating more, building more, sharing more, connecting more, fearing less, worrying less, stressed out less. And I know just here in Canada, I'm going to feel the effects, the benefit that comes from the alleviation of that emotional pain that happens in the United States. That's directly resulting because people have no money. I will benefit when you folks get universal basic income, when you folks get the freedom dividend. And I think we all will. And when it works out, which I'm sure it will, then the rest of the world will follow. And then suddenly the poverty line goes right up. And the bar gets raised. And now even the poorest people, the poorest citizens in our countries will be getting enough to eat, to live by, to get help when they need it, to make right decisions. I really do believe that universal basic income, that the freedom dividend will alleviate suffering in the best way possible. I think it's going to prevent disasters. I think it's going to give people the ability to be human again, to care for one another. And I think that's what we need more of. Look, money doesn't solve all our problems, right? But empowering individuals, my God, that is the only thing we should be doing. Empowering individuals makes the world a better place. And I think making the world a better place makes disasters and violence and aggression far less. I do believe it will prevent the next 9/11. You let me know what you think. Those are my 5 reasons why I think you should vote for Andrew Yang. If you're on the fence, just know he's an outsider. You surprise the powers that be. Power is better than direct help. Prevention is better than treatment. And the freedom dividend, the universal basic income, I think will prevent a lot of violence and will make the world want more so than ever to fight on the side of America, to be on their side, because they're going to know something has happened in the United States. Things have changed. They're no longer out for just the highest profit and the biggest businesses and the trillion-dollar companies. They're also caring about their people, every single one of them. Vote for Andrew Yang. A vote for Andrew Yang is not a vote against Bernie Sanders. It's not a vote against Tulsi Gabbard, because Andrew Yang is going to listen to all those folks. And I know they would listen if it's the other way around. But Bernie Sanders, he's polarizing as all heck. He's got people very afraid, for good reason. You know, he's going to change things. But Bernie Sanders doesn't have to be president to change things. Bernie Sanders is a symbol for an idea. And he's going to be doing his thing over and over. And maybe he'll be vice president. And maybe Tulsi will be Secretary of State. I don't know. I just know with Andrew Yang, all those things become possible. But if Joe Biden wins, Elizabeth Warren, I don't know. I'm tired of the status quo. You know what I mean? All right, folks. Look, I'm babbling on here. I went on way longer than I expected. But those are my 5 reasons why you should vote for Andrew Yang. So I hope I've caused you to think about that a little bit. All right, folks. I said I had something for you here. A song. I got a song for you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get this music on. We're gonna get it, 1,000 a month. What? We're gonna get it, 1,000 a month. Don't you sweat it, wouldn't bet against it. Andrew Yang is on a job, and so you know we're gonna get it done. You know we're gonna get it. Stepping out of the gate, people think a chunk change. Crowd surfing the States, now they're feeling upstage. It's insane, coming from nothing but going to something. 1,000 a month will surely ease pain. The freedom dividend sledgehammer, like a TikTok banner. Or Khaleesi's anger, it breaks change. You see we salivating, cause we see our guys gating. Despite needing unnegated, we know that the sky is waiting. We're gonna get it, 1,000 a month. What? We're gonna get it, 1,000 a month. Don't you sweat it, wouldn't bet against it. Andrew Yang is on the job, and so you know we're gonna get it done. You know we're gonna get it. Gonna get it, 1,000 a month. What? We're gonna get it, 1,000 a month. Don't you sweat it, wouldn't bet against it. Andrew Yang is on the job, and so you know we're gonna get it done. You know we're gonna get it. So slick like a streak of butter, he's on a roll. It's all fun and games, but a Yang passes you in the polls. 1,000 a month ain't a pot of gold. Don't think it's comical, it's economical, phenomenal, but logical. 1,000 or so will get some voters to say, sorry bro, but we prefer the dough. You gotta go. Automation trumps the wall. Your 2020 vision got me seeing the future like his crystal ball. Andrew Yang, he's a man with a plan, man with a brand, a man with a clan, man with a fam, a man with a gang. Got me giving a damn, goddamn Yang gang. Saving a dams from another sabbatical as the party become mechanical, tyrannical. Nominate a rational radical, cause if you don't, you might as well nominate Debbie Wasserman Schultz. We're gonna get it, 1,000 a month. We're gonna get it, 1,000 a month. Don't you sweat it, wouldn't bet against it. Andrew Yang is on a job, and so you know we're gonna get it done. You know we're gonna get it. Gonna month. What? We gon' get it. 1,000 a month. Don't you sweat it, wouldn't bet against it. Andrew Yang is on a job, but so you know we're gonna get it done. We know we're gonna get it. Is Biden alive? What's the status of Joe Quo? Even when he shows up, he's a no-show. Yang's a Tesla, Joe's a Volvo. That's a nice car. Can it drive so low? Didn't think so. Yang's magnetic, copacetic. He cures the apathetic, pathetic. Finally someone who really gets it. $1,000 a month makes things better and better. Feel like your life is like in flavor. Yang will get you that cheddar. We're gonna get it. 1,000 a month. What? We gon' get it. 1,000 a month. Don't you sweat it, wouldn't bet against it. Andrew Yang is on the job, and so you know we're gonna get it done. You know we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. 1,000 a month. Yeah, we're gonna get it. 1,000 a month. If we get the groove, with the groove, and the groove, ain't no stopping us. That's how we do. Yang gang. Good luck, Andrew Yang. Rooting for you.